The guy who hacked or like leaked GTA 6, and then the motherfucker, they took everything away from him, and he fucking did it on like a Amazon Fire Stick. I'm like, hire that motherfucker. What the fuck?
He did it again. Well, it's like a developer's kid or something, and so
Yeah,
I wouldn't hire him. I would like if my kid launched a meme coin and Rock did, I would put him in jail.
One next
it
step
would
is
add
finding
a
the
lot
most
of-
ugliest trailer in the trailer park.
Okay.
We just
Do that
But then we
too.
get robbed for real.
yeah.
Yeah, you know the other thing is, I think we got robbed live last time you were on. So we were like talking over there. We start talking. We're like, "Hey, welcome to BTier Pod." The door opens behind us, and some guy runs in with a butcher knife.
Yeah, I don't think it would.
We sacrificed Kyle.
Right.
Rip. Yeah. Real one.
It sounds like you have your game idea back.
Yeah, that was crazy. Nice. Oh man. 2 nights. Yeah, 2 nights. You're not drinking any? Okay.
Never do.
Yeah. I feel like you've drank before here. Actually, I'm gonna have you like wait. Just angle the mic down.
Mm-hmm.
Like do like one of these, you know, try to like
Yeah, you should be able to shift it.
you should be able to angle it.
There you go.
Yeah. You're not gonna break it. You're not gonna break it.
No, these are pretty good mics.
We'll test it now. How far away are you?
Yeah, you want to be like close. You know how close we are?
Kind of on it.
Wow.
Yeah. Otherwise, it's a lot of work in the back in the post.
Sorry.
No, I got you. I'm gonna turn you up.
Okay.
Or think I'm going to. Try talking again.
I'm also very like quietly spoken.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there
My
you
bad.
are.
My bad.
No, it's better now. I just had to turn it up like 6 notches. Should be good to go.
It's crazy. I'm one of the loudest around too.
I think it's
you
because
were
you have a
quiet.
mic. You become quiet.
You just
Yeah.
said you were quiet spoken, so I don't.
Yeah,
No, I don't know.
I don't know either. I don't. Continue. Enough about me.
Yeah, move on. I definitely have that feeling. Sometimes, like, I don't know, what was it? What do you want to be when you grow up? Came up once.
Oh my god.
And, like, I don't know what I want to be when I grow up, right? So
It took
I'm
me
over here.
10 years to figure that out.
Yeah.
I remember my mom. I think my mom. Most parents make that deal of like you can live here rent free, but you have to go into school. And I'm like, I'm not spending all that money to like waste it. I don't know.
Yeah.
Originally, I wanted to be like a nurse or something. You know, schooling is involved in that, and I
A lot.
barely passed math in high school.
They gotta memorize all these fancy words.
Oh my god.
Yeah,
Which
my
is crazy because
sister-in-law
like
struggled.
I'm bad at math, but I was like really good at like the biology side. Like I got an A+ in like biology 1 and 2, AP biology 1 and 2, but like chemistry, I can barely pass that shit.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Just-
Well, you have to take, like, OChem, too.
yeah, and I'm like, okay,
And I
it's
think
not-
that's the one where everybody, like, either drops the courses and you know, does, like, engineer work after that, or they just, like, stay in the course and somehow become a doctor by the time they're, like, 28.
No, I think that's where I've learned that I'm more of a visual learner and like a hands-on learner, because then I have to like actually in my head I have to put like solve these things. I'm like, no.
Yeah.
I need marbles. Sorry. Oh
Well, nowadays, you can probably just ask ChatGPT.
my god.
And then,
Oh, yeah.
R.I.P. OpenAI.
or what is it, Gemini? Gemini's the new
Oh
one.
god.
Or Bard.
There's so many now.
Yeah, there's like a million of them.
It's kind of getting scary.
I still ask Siri for stuff. So, like, you know, if Siri doesn't know the answer.
Learned that like, cause I'm someone who has my phone on silent all the time. Cause I just don't care. I'm so disconnected from my phone, but like I'll lose it. Apparently, if you just ask Siri where she is, just will tell you. I'm like, that's great to know.
My phone's turned off.
Yeah, I don't.
It's in a Faraday package. And how are you hearing me, Siri? You know, the 5G waves are getting through.
Oh my god.
How many vaccines does
When the
Siri
LTE
have?
actually works.
Yeah.
And they're worried about the Chinese government. Got it.
Well, didn't they like backdoor everything? Didn't the
'cause I
Chinese
think now
government
they're attacking,
literally
like,
backdoor?
Android phones, and I'm like, wow, this is getting nuts.
Mhm.
Yeah,
I
like
think it was a real testament is when they were able to shut off the overcharge feature and do that to what was a 2,000 or 3,000 phones, pagers over the Middle East a couple
Oh,
years,
it's just
couple weeks ago.
I was just about to mention that. Yeah, like
Yeah.
nowadays they'll just blow up your phone on you and
Well, considering
blow your
where
dick off and kill you.
where that phone is on most men, it's always right there around your hips, around your genitalia. So you hit that right artery, you're fucked. Like women, if they have it up in their chest, stuff like that, just boom, blow up your heart, blow up your lungs, gone, done.
Dunzo. Imagine dying.
That's why I just hope I have it in my hand.
My hands
You'll-
are already fucked.
Yeah, you'll end up like that.
I already
Speaking
got
of
one.
which,
Yeah,
move away from my gut.
Yeah. You'll end up like that Dodgers fan who blew
Yeah,
his
we're good.
hand
We're
off
good.
with the
I got
firework.
protection. We're good.
Yeah, I have an OtterBox, right? This thing's gonna survive the nuclear apocalypse. You know what I mean? Like cockroach, can't get rid of them.
And we got all these drones that
I
are
was like,
flying.
they pull us all up right now.
What if that was like the coordinated attack? Like they got us on a B-tier show, and somehow they were able to like upload the footage later.
Assassination attempt.
they
You missed.
back-
You
I'm sure the
missed.
NSA's probably tapped into the camera
You
here.
missed.
Oh yeah, I
Well, you got that one gal down in Florida that
my pronouns
said
are missed me.
denied, oppose, defend on the
Yeah.
recorded phone line. It's like, Jesus, that's Patriarch 2.0 right there.
Yeah,
It's like she didn't get the memo. It's like, we're living in a 1984 world, so you can't say that shit.
yeah.
And she doesn't
that's
own a gun.
crazy.
And they're making her the example, and they're just gonna fuck her entire life up.
You know, I will say something about selective activism. I do love it because the guy did use a 3D printed rifle or 3D printed gun, and absolutely no one is calling for like gun revocation.
Well, we had that mass
ban on
shooting in
assault rifle.
Madison, right?
That happened today.
Yeah, I
yeah.
know.
Like, current things.
Yeah.
Can't talk about it,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
But
I mean, we can. This show won't. This
Won't be
won't.
on
Oh
until
yeah,
April.
this will air in 5 months.
Yeah. We can talk about it.
Yeah, so not current thing. No, but you know,
Not Kurt now.
it's because they needed something else to talk about because no one wanted to actually bring that up that he like got the gun, you know, illegally in New Jersey or whatever. So like Luigi, that guy is safe. They have to come up with another thing.
It's funny though. It's like if I don't know if any, like for those who've committed crimes with the gun, it's like you don't hold on to the murder weapon. You're gonna get rid of it, and it's like that's the big thing. It's like you find the guy 48 hours later with everything you needed. Like,
with
oh,
the manifesto,
look at
with
that.
the gun.
Sounds like
with the
someone wanted to punish their
backpack,
kid.
wearing the same jacket. Like, you know, it's
Right.
come on, man.
Yeah,
Like,
that guy was very professional.
and they say, well, that's the thing. I don't know. He says he's like really smart or whatever, but he can't even get a 3D gun to not like jams. I don't know.
He
Like,
probably
is
used-
he really that smart?
Well, I don't think it was Luigi though.
Oh, you're saying it was like not okay. You're saying
he's
it was like a
just
setup.
the
fall
he's the
guy.
setup. Yeah, he's the fall guy. Probably just to send a message to his parents. His parents are very well versed in the healthcare world.
I thought it was pretty funny that the person who snitched on him like isn't gonna get paid because
Yeah.
he used the 9/11 line and not the like FBI tip line.
Technicalities and all that bullshit. It's like, no, we're not giving you your money, but you did good thing for turning in the wrong person because the real guy's still out there.
Yeah, right.
Hypothetically,
Hypothetically, allegedly,
allegedly.
Allegedly, he killed someone very important.
Yeah. I mean, arguably, yeah. Allegedly, allegedly
Allegedly.
important.
Allegedly, he is important.
Yeah.
Just get that out there.
Even though they'll just like replace him with the
Almost
next
immediately,
CEO,
Yeah.
literally
Yeah.
the next day. But yeah,
Job applications open.
yeah.
UHC's hiring.
Well, the second in command just goes in the CEO right away. It's like I don't know. It'd
Next
be like
man
this,
up.
Yeah,
Yep.
it'd be like the same kind of thing with like if they took out Kamala Harris, like you're just gonna get the next Kamala Harris. You know what I mean? There's nothing to it.
Well, we could have JD Vance before we know it.
Yeah, who knows?
Yeah. The way it's going.
Right now it sounds like April is gonna be the time. April, like you know, this is gonna be a month after this airs, but. Guys, April Civil War 2.0 Electric Boogaloo. I'm calling it right now.
We're the next Simpsons. We call everything now.
Yeah, now we are the Simpsons, actually. BTier Pod.
So now, getting back to the DNR story about that. So,
Oh, yeah.
so on Saturday, I get a phone call.
I'm gonna drink.
All right.
You can cheers too. She's got the Vegas glass. That's the lucky one.
Wow.
So I'm Saturday. We're Alicia and I are just chilling at the house, and all of a sudden I get a phone number from Madison. It's a 608 number. It's like, well, everybody I know from Madison, I have their number, so I'm not quite sure what's going on. So it's like, all right, I'll let it go to voicemail. And it's like, all right, it goes to voicemail. And it's like, hey, I'm such and such with the Wisconsin DNR. It's like, I need you to call me back. I was like, oh, interesting. And I bet it's from that video I posted, because I posted a video of a guy in St. Petersburg, Russia, who was actually spearfishing. He shot himself. People say it's a muskie. He says it's a pike. It looks more like a muskie to me. And a lot of people didn't read the caption and stuff like that, like saying it's like, this guy is from St. Petersburg, Russia. That's apparently must be legal over. I don't know. Don't care. Not my problem. And I quoted, or I sourced where I put the video at, and people didn't bother reading because but so we had a nice conversation. Like, yeah, actually, it's like, this is where I got it from. And I gave him like, this is where you can find his social media stuff. So like, good luck trying to talk to him, because he lives in Russia. Yeah. He's gonna look like it's like, I don't care. What are you gonna do? Can you just extradite me for something that happened that's legal over here? So it's like, yeah. So we had a nice conversation about that. So apparently, I got my video was maybe viral just enough to like have a conversation with the DNR. So it's like, hey, I get it, man. And it's like, I put everything in there. It's like, and you could have gone and looked them up too as well. So
like,
it's like,
you probably
saw the video.
do a little bit of due diligence before you give you a call.
Apparently, it must have made enough noise for them to want to reach out to me. So it's like, you know what? I'll take the video down. I'll give you the source where I grabbed it from. Just because like,
I wish I had a ring cam, because like the cops last week would have been great.
Yeah,
At my house.
Oh, they called me. It's this guy from Madison. He's like, we're not coming over to talk to you.
I wish they would have called me. It would have been so much more funny over the phone.
Why? So you had to run in with the cops again?
Yeah.
again.
Well,
Well,
I had my deer wrapped up outside after we cut it up.
yeah.
And someone passing by called it in, saying I had a body laying on a table out front, or under my carport. So I had 3 cops come down, and all of them, I'm just like, oh, how can I help you? And they're like, oh, we have a report that you have a body. I'm like, I have a body, but it's not what you think. And like, it's a deer. Like, I showed them all the meat in my freezer, my tags, and then I unwrapped the carcass, and they're like, oh, and started laughing immediately. And they're just like, you're gonna be one of our stories that we tell for quite a while.
Oh, I'm sure they will, but that's hilarious. But hey, it's like, people are weird.
I'm just like, I have a body, but it's not what you think.
Yeah, exactly.
Like,
You guys said you got snitches in your neighborhood.
Yeah, right.
but it was hanging there for over a week. All my neighbors saw it, so it wasn't any of my
It was
neighbors.
just somebody casually.
Someone
was
just rolling through.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
Yeah, somebody's not minding their own.
Yeah.
You know?
And the upside is like, it's properly tagged. It's already registered. So it's like, it doesn't really. So it's like, all it is just for them. It's just a story. You
Yeah.
know?
I was doing it. I did everything legal. So
Mm-hmm.
That's
You probably do have a snitch in your neighborhood, though.
I'll find him.
I like, even the sheriff that lives in my area.
That's why I
is a
give
hunter,
everyone
so-
different stories.
Yeah.
So then they
'Cause then
start
no one
spreading them.
knows. Yeah.
I know where they came from.
And I don't even
there you
know.
go. There you go.
way to do it.
So getting back to, what did you get for the podcast? Since he already knows.
Yeah,
He's not going
You're
to
gonna
tell
have to
you.
wait.
Yeah, he's not going to
When
tell
is the
you.
reveal? When is the release date?
When it shows
Is it
up.
gonna be
Yeah,
April?
when it shows up, it could.
Oh,
it
yeah,
could-
does it show up?
Well, they won't know at home until April, but yeah.
You tell me now.
Tell me now.
No, because then we have to edit it out of the pod. We can't do that.
Oh my.
Oh, Jesus.
Can't do that. No editing.
No, it'll all make sense.
Do you see that new handheld device where you can actually do the clipping and all that stuff like that through? I saw it on Instagram. They made a big push for it, but you can edit everything using like basically a aviation controller where you can clip, rewind, snip, and all that stuff like that instead of being on a keyboard and stuff like that, and a mouse. So it looks pretty neat.
I've seen stuff like that before.
I
Yeah,
thought that that's what you
they're
got.
really cool. But no, I don't have one of those.
Yeah, but like, why would you tell us? Because like,
I have like the Elgato Stream Deck, and you can just like hotkey stuff to that.
I know, you're welcome. I got that for a random gift.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. So I've been using that for everything. Like when
It's
I go in
fucking
the
legit.
studio, I was just like boom, 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 boom. Like, clips out, clip, export. Like it helps really. it helps the job get done quicker. When you just need like 2 hours edited out of a pod, it can get it down to like, an hour or whatever.
That's
nice.
efficiency, man. Buying back your time.
Yeah.
Then the other DNR story, well, not really necessarily a DNR story, but somebody on the internet reached out to me about deer stuff like that, like deer meat, and it's like, well, I told them like, well, you can get deer meat from such and such,
Like a
charities.
reserve.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And then it's like, I'm not going to give you any of my deer. See, like I always thought it was probably somebody low key that's it's a DNR agent trying to like impersonate somebody trying to see if I'd
But,
sell.
like, you could give it to them. You couldn't sell it to
Yeah,
them.
I'm not giving my fair meat. They can go out there and do it. that, man. If I'm not cooking and eating, I'm not giving it away.
Okay,
for
next
free.
time you want deer meat, I'm calling you to help me drag this out of the woods.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
Fair enough.
like,
Yeah, exactly.
Fair enough.
And so the
I'll tip a
conversation
different
kept on
way.
going. It's like, and it's like you wanted me to do everything for him. I was like, no, you got the internet. If you can reach out to me on the internet, you can do your own research and Google this stuff. And it's like, I'm just gonna block it because it's like you're just wasting my time. And it's like you're just being lazy. I
just a
get it.
bot, yeah.
You know what's even better than the block feature is the mute feature. That's become one of my favorite things ever because they can tweet into the void or whatever, and like you're just you don't even get a notification for it anymore or anything. It's great. So you like I'll like show hidden replies or whatever on my tweets and it's just people getting mad. And it's like, haha, I don't see any of these. And it's pretty funny to me. I don't know. The mute function's great.
This is on X.
Yeah, Twitter. I think you can probably do it on Facebook.
You can hide messages. And that's about it.
Unfollow them. Okay, well, I guess you could hide.
Yeah, you don't because you can set up parameters inside of a moderation bot where it'll pick out. You can and have it look for specific key phrases or keywords or symbols, and it just
Yeah.
hides them. But it's like it does. But it's like for you, it's like you can mute set account. Well, this one's like it has to be select words because it's like you only have an option.
I'm okay with select words. I use enough of select words that I could need to hide. So
Yeah.
Yeah, so I just ban them. I
It's
just
like
ban
all
them.
the gamer words.
Yeah.
I can't use those. Not anymore.
no more GGs.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Good game. Good game.
Yeah.
So, man, what brings you into the fold? Because I know you work for these two guys. Because you're wearing Chilita.
Oh, we forgot the duct tape.
God damn it.
No, that's fine.
I don't actually know.
Yeah.
Well, she's like, okay, I want to go on the pod tonight, and I was like, okay, what do you want to talk
Actually,
about?
He asked me if
And
I wanted
then
to be on the pod.
she told me,
Okay.
I was
she
like,
told
okay.
me with a straight face, she's like, I want to talk about your Lord and Savior Jesus Christ.
Okay, so I casually mentioned that like I don't necessarily believe in like God, but I believe in something because I think we got into the fact that, or I mentioned the fact I think that's really cool that for the most part, if you look at religions, it all lines up the same. Like at one point, it goes from being multi-gods in a lot of different cultures to like one. So at some point, something happened where they're all like, whoa, something happened at the same time, but everyone just kind of viewed it differently, I guess. So I'm crazy. I was because I told him we were talking about it.
Yeah.
That I don't think so. If there is a God, let's call him God or whatever you want to call him. I don't think we're necessarily his first creation, and if we are, we're just an experiment to him. Because I feel like if God's this, he can do no wrong, and he just wants everyone to be happy, then like, why the fuck give us free will? Like humans having free will has been a nightmare. So I think he's just experimenting on us because we're either his first or like second, or he's making something better, and he's just using us as like, well, what if I do this kind of thing?
I got you.
I'm crazy.
No, that's
I
a
mean,
fair
that
point.
seems pretty
He goes,
normal.
oh,
Yeah.
COVID. Let's see how they react.
Basically.
Well, he gave man free
9/11,
will.
we'll double it up this
Yeah.
time.
Right.
So basically, it's like giving man free will allows it to be self-destructive, and that's basically why we're in this
No,
situation
so
where we're at.
do you
Yeah.
think that free will is necessary for happiness, though?
No,
Really?
because I think
There's a lot of NPCs out there that are very happy.
Well, that and like, I mean, I guess I don't know if you would really consider wild animals having like free will because they're all very like genetically coded to do things and like biologically adapted to do the things they do.
Mm-hmm.
So I wouldn't even necessarily say like they would have free will necessarily because they are run by their
Instincts.
yeah. And so I think if people did that, we'd be a whole lot different. But I don't know if it necessarily be better or worse.
Okay. So where do you draw the line for like where free will exists and where it doesn't? So I'm gonna give an example.
Okay.
Dolphins.
Okay.
Dolphins are smart.
Dolphins
They're-
are fucking insane.
They're like age 13 mentally on average.
Yeah.
Okay, 13, 14. They puff past puffer fish for
Yeah.
fun, get high on them.
Yeah.
Mhm.
They are, known to like try to rape dolphins. They do that or rape orcas. They do that for fun. They
Mhm.
like
Kill sharks.
they kill
Mhm.
sharks for like
Yeah.
game sport.
Well, if, like,
Mhm.
dolphins
So-
are. I don't like dolphins. I think like dolphins are also a good example of like free will. I don't know if they would be up there on par with like humans, but
No, but
they can just decide from going to swimming to like, we're gonna fuck this guy up. And it's like,
yeah,
That's
why?
similar to humans because humans will
humans
rape,
decide
kill,
to do that
murder,
too, though, right?
maim,
And
all
like,
for
I think,
SDGs.
I mean, part of the free will thing is like we've come up with laws so we don't do things, and it's like clearly we've done those things, and that's why those laws exist. So free will.
We're very destructive. We're a virus. Humans are viruses, so we destroy.
I think we got
destroy
lucky
everything
that-
around us.
I think we got lucky that like what we consider good morals is what it is. Because I think if we would have gone like the Romans were up and they collapsed, so we're like, well, that didn't work. Let's try something else.
The Romans they just became a church.
Yeah, but I guess.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Because, there's another aspect of that, right? So, like, if nobody is happy without free will, and you said it's like an experiment, right?
Right.
So, like, I guess what else would somebody try in that position to be like, let's try to get these guys as happy as ever? Like, or do you think happiness is the total outcome of God? Like, I mean, if that would
To
be
an extent, I think so. Like, I think him giving us free will was him like running an experiment. I think for the most part, we've adapted it into something good. I just sometimes I think like because like the intrusive thoughts of like I could just like kick a dog. Like I could do that. I won't. I don't want to, but I could.
yeah.
So like there's always that people like humans are violent creatures, and I think society that free will helped us shape it into is very positive, but
Yeah.
I think it's too positive right now. But let's not get into that.
Well, okay, all right. We won't get into that because I don't know what you mean by that. But all right.
I don't know.
Because have you heard of Pastor Ray Hill? He's out in Memphis, Tennessee, or was it Nashville? Well, he's out in Tennessee, but he is actually a Vatican trained exorcist.
Okay.
And so he says ever since 2020, he said demonic possession has skyrocketed. There's more lawyers to protect him from CSAM than they are from to help folks that are possessed by the devil. And so it's like usually like how you can tell if there's a devil God or not. It's like you talk to a priest that actually goes through, and the nice thing is like over the centuries of time, we were able to eliminate which ones are just need psychiatric help or which ones are actually like legit possessed by the devil. Because a lot of his stuff, like when somebody reaches out to him, he has them like, well, you need to start doing all this stuff. If you're able to change your life, you need to change your diet, well, then maybe it's just depression or something like that. But then the ones that are far worse, that speak in tongues or stuff like that, that's where it really comes into play. He says it's been a real massive uptick from it all. But now it's like because the jab came out, one of the ingredients is serpents. I can't remember the serpent they use. Watch the Water. I can't remember the guy's name, but he did a whole documentary on it, and he breaks down all the ingredients that are inside. But not all the ingredients, but the key ingredients that's found in Moderna, Pfizer, and all of them. And a lot of them all based down to this one particular snake.
Do you think a lot of the people having exorcist problems are just like psychotic breaks?
A lot of it comes
Like from being inside too much because they didn't go outside for 3 years?
I didn't see the sun.
Yeah, I've never seen the sun in my life.
I think the
Sun bad.
And then they go
Sun
outside
bad.
and get one-shotted by ayahuasca demons. I don't know. And then they divorce their wife.
no, it's usually the wife divorces them.
Okay, and then their wife divorces them,
Just
takes
someone
the
outside with
kids,
a blow
takes the
dart.
house.
Yeah. But a lot of that's the first thing he tries to do. Eliminate is it the lack of like physical endurance or diet, stuff like that.
Yeah,
And it's like if you can because it's like he's trying to fix the gut health. Because if the gut health fixed, then the brain health, and you just go from there.
Yeah.
And that's how he instead of wasting his time trying to go down
he's just
dead
like
ends.
he's just like a gym bro.
He doesn't look like a gym bro, that's for sure. He knows what
They've
to
been
look
talking
for.
about this for years.
But essentially, yeah, that's.
I think it's funny that like science is finally catching up to like the gym bro science.
It's always been there, but we
It's been
have
a long
big
time coming.
we have big pharma and stuff like that wants people to be sick because healthy people are not profitable.
Maybe. Or healthy people are super profitable. You just have to look at different industries. You got to open up more gyms. You got less health insurance, more gyms.
Yeah.
You know?
That's why HSA, you can use your HSA account to cover your gym memberships.
Yep. More pools. You know, you
Mhm.
could open up a lot more beaches to the public. You got healthy people running around. I
I
don't
think most
know.
beaches are open unless you live on a private lake.
Like, you know, that's a bad example, but I'm just saying. You could open up concession stands there, you know?
I gotcha.
And
So
sell
I take it
healthy
you're
snacks.
you're wrestling with your faith?
No, I'm pretty solid.
Or
in,
wrestling
like,
with faith?
Yeah, I guess so. I don't.
Would you consider yourself atheist or agnostic? Like open for interpretation, like
I think
you don't really know.
because like, I don't want to say atheist because I heavily believe in like the evolution stuff. So I don't like deny that happened, but at the same time, somewhere there was some guidance because
Aliens.
fucking, man, they're in the ocean.
Yeah. They
Or
got
everything-
drones flying.
Or
around.
or what ended up happening is that like the previous project destroyed themselves. Like, well, fuck, what are we gonna do now? It's like, let's introduce this and
Right.
see how this works.
Well, because it's like
2,000 years, we're going pretty
we
good,
went
right?
from being like dinosaurs to like what we are now. And like that, I think the asteroid was like the wipeout, like the clean. Like okay, this.
Start over.
The younger guys are.
I'm making too many things. They're too big, and I just can't handle them.
I don't
anymore,
like
so
those
start over.
raptors.
Mhm.
Oh man. Okay. Well
Yeah.
then so you're not like anti-God. See, I
No.
think my biggest gripe with atheism is that they're just like too staunch about it. Because
Yeah.
they always get mad about the religious people that shove it down their throat, and then they shove it down everybody's throat. And it's
I
like,
don't-
okay, well, hold up. Like, what are you doing now?
I don't like know. I don't know enough about religion to like really care about it. I guess like
Yeah.
my mom always would put us in like Sunday school, but it was mostly because free fucking daycare for her. So I think I had like a negative output on it because it was like, well, clearly I don't want to be here, and you just don't want me at the house. So like it was always like negatively connected. So I was never really religious, but I think growing up and like we're so connected on the internet that like hearing pieces of other religions and it's like, okay, so there's good aspects to all of them and then there's bad aspects to all of them. So I just guess I kind of pick and choose.
If you want somebody to really challenge your theories, your theology, and stuff like that, his name's Pastor Cliff Nichol. I'm butchering his last name, but he travels around the country. He's from Minnesota. His brother is a surgeon of some sort, but he goes and talks to people about it, and he does a really good job of breaking down arguments. But it's like he doesn't do it in the way it's demeaning. He figures out what you don't know, where your questions lie within your roots, and it's like it's a great person to look up for. It's like this is probably a month or two ago back, but he was on Patrick Bet-David, and like that was a really good conversation that he had because he talked about not only about Christianity but Mormons, Judaism, Islam, and stuff like that. And he doesn't in such articulate way that allows you to really to understand things. So like with those that are real staunch against God and stuff like that, he's a great person to talk to listen to because the same question that person is asking or challenging, he's already encountered it.
Mm-hmm.
He's been doing it for 40 plus years, but he's just really well spoken, and he does just a phenomenal way of articulating the information that allows you to overcome some of your doubts.
Do you believe in reincarnation?
Yes, I do.
Okay.
I don't necessarily think that like our soul is put into like a different body, but I 100% believe in because like energy is reused, and so like when we
You're
die,
talking like basic atrophy and like entropy.
pretty much like I don't
Okay.
actually believe like if you died tomorrow you'd be reborn like a new
like
person.
my soul goes
Like I don't
in
think
the next
because
person's
I don't
body.
necessarily believe in like souls. So, like when we die, I don't think
Okay.
we just go off and do whatever we want because our energy is no longer being created. So I think it needs to go somewhere else. And so I think when we die, our energy is released, and then bits and pieces of that go wherever it needs to go.
Yeah, it's like a billion
Mm-hmm.
grains of dust or sand.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Then where you get the thoughts of like the old soul saying, it's like your soul was once on this earth. It could have been 50 years ago, 300 years ago, but it's like you've been on this earth, and it's like, but maybe it's like your soul has not been able to passed on because
Deja
it's like,
vu.
yeah, deja vu too as well,
Yeah,
where
sure.
it's your purpose, your soul, your energy's purpose has not been fulfilled, so you keep on coming back, and it's just like it only happens when one person dies, and this
There-
same time as when somebody gets born.
I feel like that's like a tough one though, because of how many. Like, just look at
It's a-
population density and population explosion over the last like 150 years. It just doesn't make sense. That's where I'm like lost on that one.
I gotta find the documentary again because I want to show it to you. But like, there was a little clip in a documentary that I had watched that's like memories can be inherited, and that's how we've learned like humans have adapted and evolved. It was like,
Do you think that's ingrained in like evolutionary traits though?
yes, I
Like
think so,
DNA
because I think
sequencing
that's
and
where
all
the
that?
adaptations come
There
from.
was a murder case
Mutations.
after
If
World
it's
War
a positive
II where,
mutation, you get it to your grandchildren.
have you heard this
Yeah.
one where after World War II there was a kid that was reincarnated and stuff like that, and it led to the person's soul, I guess they found the murderer, and they actually were able to deduct and find all the bodies that he had killed. I think this is post Civil War or World War II. So it's like in the body, and it's like that's a weird scenario right there too.
Like
as well.
things like that,
So
I don't
that's
think
like,
are as
how do you
common,
explain that?
But like I said, I do believe in reincarnation, but that's also like I think your energy, however much needs to go and where it goes is,
Yeah.
I guess, on the
Maybe
individual.
if you like really hate your killer after you die,
because like
it's
if you
like
have
Could've been very
creates such
brutal.
a high like
It's a
creates
brutal
such a
death,
high
essentially.
energy.
like I
I'll
think
be back.
I think
Yeah, it's like, I'm going to be
Yeah.
back, and I'm
I
gonna
think,
get
like,
my
if-
revenge, and then I'll extend to the next whatever plane.
if you die and like you have unfinished business and like it's so concentrated that like you need to finish this, there's
Yeah.
a good chance you're going to be reincarnated. However, if you're just your everyday Joe and you die of old age, and you're like, well, I've lived a fulfilled life, I think your energy kind of gets dispersed out.
So what you're saying is I need to start something before I die and be like, I need to finish
you need
that.
to start some beef.
I need to finish
BTier.
that. I need to finish that.
Start this pod over again in your next life. I'll start calling you racial slurs if I need to. So we'll get this beef
Yeah, let's take
started.
it back.
Yeah, yeah, you Viking lover.
So whose wedding did you go to? Was
Oh, it was Jamie's. She's out in
Asha area, yeah.
yeah,
I think she lives in Appleton.
Appleton.
Oh, okay, all right. Because
Yeah.
it's like, who wants to do a wedding in the middle of December?
They got married
On
quick.
Friday the 13th.
Political
Yeah, that's
changes
dope.
and all that stuff.
That was dope.
It was my first lesbian wedding. I've never been to one before. So
Congratulations.
that was kind of
Probably
cool.
cheap, wasn't it?
Thank you. Yeah, it was just courthouse, and then we went out to eat after. We went to a Victoria's like Italian restaurant.
Wow.
It was some of the best like vodka sauce I've had in a long time. It was like straight Italian. They had like all the murals up of like Italy. You know, it was very homely.
Good or better than Angelini's?
I haven't been to Angelini's enough to like value everything on the menu.
True,
So-
true. I have not had their vodka sauce, so I can't comment on either.
But I also can't say.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
Pretty bomb. Okay.
It's-
Okay.
pretty good.
Yeah,
So-
and I always base it on that usually because that's like a homemade. You know, that's like
Yeah.
always homemade. Or lasagna. So like if I go back to Victoria's, I'll get their lasagna, and then I can rate Angelini's versus Victoria's.
Mm.
I can't do that until I do that.
Fair. Fair.
But yeah, I had tortellini,
Sounds like we're
vodka
having a road
sauce,
trip.
onions,
Yeah, right.
mushrooms.
Let's fucking go.
B-
Okay,
tier
well,
road
for
trip, let's go.
atmosphere wise,
Mhm,
Victoria's or Angelini's.
Victoria's, I think,
Okay.
had it because
Mm.
it was more like gang mob boss than Angelini's.
shit.
Which is
More
like
gang
surprising.
boss.
Oh.
Yeah,
Awesome.
the guy who greeted us was like, "You guys are gonna be good."
We need to take Brad. Let's go find out.
Yeah, yeah.
We need to
maybe
tell these guys about Red.
Yeah. The poor old Nintendo DS that died.
yep,
Pour
yep.
one out. Pour one out.
I'm not pouring the whiskey, but you can pour Celsius in there, and there you go. Because either way, you're not wasting it. It's gonna go right back into your system.
But yeah. So first lesbian wedding, pretty big deal for me. Other than that, you know, it was pretty low key. I got to meet like their parents, so like that's always fun. Meeting family members of friends is always fun. Always fun. You get all the tea, you get all the gossip. You're like, oh, like she's having her third kid, but that's a different baby daddy. What? What's going on there? Oh, he tested positive for HIV. How?
Shit.
You know, it's crazy. You get like a lot of the insight, and you don't know these people very well at all. So you're like, oh, you're just a part of it now. And I
Yeah,
feel
I'm
like-
gonna vomit like 40 years of life to you in like 15 minutes. I have fun.
Oh, it was a couple
I feel like
hours.
it's so
I-
cathartic though. Like if I could just like meet someone on the street, tell them all of my like tea, and be like, I'm never gonna see you again.
yeah.
Enjoy all the information they just told you.
That
And then
happens
you-
to me a lot.
Then you're gonna run. Then you're gonna run into him
going
again
bars.
in
It's like,
like
I'll just go
5 years.
podcast.
That would be awkward. I haven't had that happen yet. but
Yeah,
don't
not
look forward to
yet.
the day
We
it
had
does
that happen
happen.
down in the tattoo shop the other day.
my
Like
God.
some rando just walks in while the 3 girls were getting tattooed, and I'm just like sitting there, like just because I went in with for
Right.
emotional support.
Oh my god.
And well, one of the girls was a tattoo virgin.
Oh.
Oh,
So,
okay.
yeah.
Pop that cherry.
They popped that, yeah. But this guy just walks in. He was on something. Just, oh, I need to go meet with the police. I need to go do this. I need to go do this. Oh, can I buy this? Oh, I don't have enough money for this. Just like random. And it's just like, what are you doing, bro? Wasted like an hour and a half just sitting there bullshitting.
I mean, you weren't doing anything anyway. You might as well
It's free
enjoy the time. It's free. Yeah, it's free entertainment.
he was
That's all.
annoying though.
It's a podcast, yeah.
Okay.
That's when you
Yeah.
gotta get a mic in front of him. You gotta be like,
Yeah, I
"Let me
should have just
record
pulled
this."
up my phone, but like,
Yeah,
hey.
could pop the camera up. Tattoo shop, BTier Pod.
One thing Kyle and I wanted to do for the
Mathematic
longest
edition.
time, but like we work that week. We always work the weekend of Oktoberfest. Like, we want to go downtown and just interview really fucking. good
Yes,
people.
Yeah,
I
we
said that.
should've
I said that last
Well,
time because
but we ended up-
we were gonna ask questions or get questions for the hat.
Yeah, were
That'd
you
be really great.
were you here when that guy came over after the pod? And he was like, "Oh,
I thought he was because I wasn't there when he came after. That was with the Kamala.
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
Kamala
Yeah,
Harris.
yeah,
He was
yeah.
at the Kamala Harris rally
yeah,
in
yeah.
town. He was the guy that made the sound bit famous for like her denying religion and literally probably swung the election. Like, I can't even I don't even know because there was like a guy that I know that like voted a different way because of that sound bit that this guy that we met on the street made.
He's like, yeah, I just got kicked out of the Kamala rally.
It was nuts. Like I was like, what? Like
we're all just
you-
sitting here like, what? Give us the tea.
Yeah, and then he followed us on BTier. Like, we got him to subscribe. But it's just funny. Like, I don't know how stuff like that happens, but butterfly effect. I don't know what you want to call it.
Everything happens for a
Positive
reason.
attraction. Upward spiral, momentum. Like, we're at this point, we're just going up. Like, I don't know what to say, but
Heck yeah.
crazy. And then like he was really cool. Like he was funny. Made s'mores out here. It's like you never know who you're gonna meet.
That is true.
But yeah, if we went downtown, I think we could do it any night. I don't think it has to be Oktoberfest, guys.
Friday
I
or
just think
Saturday,
there's
yeah.
Yeah.
like a lot of it's
There's
like
more people,
Yeah.
but there's just as
the
drunk
environment's
people
different,
every
I
weekend.
think.
Yeah, and
Maybe.
you may not be able to run into random people because you may during Oktoberfest you could potentially run into somebody that's from Texas or from South Dakota.
That's
Or
true.
if you do it throughout the when it's warmer out, you may run them being from La Crosse area.
Yeah,
Or
or
ro-
it's like all
Rotary
college
lights.
students.
Mhm.
and stuff.
Rotary lights going down there and asking
Maybe.
everybody, oh,
Yeah,
give me a question. I'm like,
give me a question.
give me a question.
People would be mad at that, I think. I would be. If I went out there and somebody was like, hey, can you give me a hypothetical question?
I'd be like, can you
what
leave?
the heck do
Like,
you mean? I'm
you know,
leaving.
like-
You're not gonna have one.
Yeah.
Shit, yeah.
Can
We
you
gotta have, we
leave?
gotta have one
Like-
locked
Yeah.
in for when that situation happens.
Yeah, right. We gotta have one of those.
You feel
like,
lucky?
We gotta have, you feel a lucky punk?
When
Fight people out there.
Darren, Callan, and myself, we ran into this one chick that she was all divine. She was like looking at numbers and threes and stuff like that. She went off on a little tirade on that. So like that would have been a good little soundbite right there. And I just kept on seeing her throughout the night and stuff like that. And it's like, I am not that drunk to go home with you. I'm sorry.
That could have been the Huck Tour girl, though. You don't know anymore.
That could have been. Well,
Viral.
so what's the story? Is she going to end up going to prison or going to jail? Because I know there's
There's
the
an
hot
SEC
topic.
complaint, but that's it.
Oh.
She won't go to, dude, plausible deniability. She
Yeah.
doesn't know anything. She got bad advice. She's not going to go to jail.
So did
She might do
CoffeeZilla
time-
come
she
up
might-
with something?
She might get like a fine.
Yeah.
CoffeeZilla, I think he will do like a deep dive. I don't know when
He
his
hasn't-
video
he hasn't
comes
done it
out.
yet?
It probably
Okay.
won't come out for a while. He
I
has to
gotcha.
know who's involved too. Like there's potentially like 4 people they're looking at who like gave her the advice to launch the coin in the first. I don't know what's gonna happen.
Fair. That's
I'm not
fair.
really
It's
worried
easier
about it
to.
yet.
Easy. Well, when this comes out, it's going to be old news.
So, well, and I'm gonna
or,
be.
it could be
Or
the
be
actual indictment
current,
comes out.
yeah.
I'm gonna be honest. It's gonna be like 4 years probably before any of that
That's
stuff
true.
comes to
That's
light.
very
Like,
true.
there's still ICOs from 2017 getting sued to this day,
Mhm.
and those are 8 years old at this point.
Yeah.
3 cycles ago on crypto, and
Mhm.
they're still like in court litigation for it. So we probably won't get anything for a while. Or if anything, like Trump just comes in, like, oh, we're the crypto capital of the world now, so all those laws are dumb, and we're not. And it's crime season, everybody gets rich. Like this is what usually happens. So
Hell
we'll
yeah.
see what. Yeah, I hope it happens.
When's it my turn?
Crime season is great. Like if everybody keeps financial crimes for 4 years, and we just all make money, we never have to worry about cash again.
Right.
Like it's great.
Did you hear about the most
Make your money
recent?
now.
You hear about the gal down in Dixon, Illinois? She got arrested back in 2012. She was embezzling like $42 million. She got sentenced for 20 years. Biden goes like, "Nope, you're free. You're good to go. Bye bye."
Good.
And then
Let her embezzle the money.
yeah. Then what was it? There's a Chinese guy that got busted. He had something like several gigs of porn, like
God
kiddie
damn.
porn, and he was also has him doing unspeakable acts to young children between 3 to 0. Yes, I should say 0 to 3. Pardoned.
Luigi, I got one for you.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, right.
Jesus Christ.
Real
Yeah.
ones there.
I can't. I can't pronounce his name, but I've heard it a few times. But it won't take much to do it. But it's like there's a lot of sketchy people on this list. I mean, they're pushing through a lot of shit now
Are they
between now and then.
I didn't
it
do
sounds
a
like they're
deep dive on
pardoning-
it, but like there's a guy who got arrested because he was making like AI porn of him doing things.
Oh yeah,
to, like,
yeah, I heard about
kids.
that. He was a
It-
principal or something
And
like
he's
that.
like, I shouldn't go to jail because I wasn't actually doing it. And I'm like,
Yeah.
dude, I can like it's really
Was
fucked,
that-
but I can kind of
Hold
see your
up,
side on
what?
it. Yeah, like he's like, I shouldn't go to jail because this is all AI. I didn't actually do
Because
these things.
what he was doing was taking pictures of people and putting them in
On,
the
like,
AI
children.
and children and doing despicable acts to them.
What the fuck?
And I'm like, so
what?
that's fucked because like on one hand, from a legality side, got a
Mhm.
point, but like morally, that's fucked up. Like,
Mhm. Well, it's
this
kind of
is-
like the Japanese
This
that
is
came
why
with their,
I never
their
ever
younger.
get my morals from the government.
Right,
yeah.
I'm like-
it's reasons like this.
This is
Like
why
I
we
get
don't
my
trust the
morals on
government.
like yeah, right. Oh
but we
man.
can put a woman in jail with $100,000 bond for just saying words.
Yeah, right.
yeah.
What was it? These the Chinese or the Japanese? They came up with a sex doll that is supposed to mirror short people.
Ugh.
Yeah,
Yeah. I mean
not short people. I'm talking like young age short people.
yeah.
It's pretty disturbing.
That's crazy. Like
Talk
That-
about like
that
dating a guy and open up the
principle,
doors. Like,
the
what the
AI
fuck is this?
okay, because AI does grab from like what it knows.
Yeah.
Right. So that's very clearly a crime. I don't
Yeah.
think it would make a difference. Like I mean, I don't.
I think that motherfucker should
I
rot in
think-
jail, but
I think that should die.
I think
Yeah.
so. Well,
Yeah.
Because
yeah.
it's a matter of
But
time.
he-
'Cause
I
this
don't
is
wanna-
just slap
I don't
on the
wanna
wrist. He's gonna be
pay-
out with.
I don't want to, corporal punishment. Like,
But
I
even
don't-
if he goes, it gets sentenced.
He'll
it-
get probation.
Yeah.
He'll just
It-
escalate to actually physically harming
Depends
a
on
child.
where he gets
I
like
think you do
sentenced to, because it could
castration,
get solved inside.
and then hang him in a Super
if we're
Bowl
lucky,
game.
well, it's all
Yeah.
inside.
I think we should hang those people at a Super Bowl.
Ooh, that'd be awesome.
halftime show, great.
Halftime
Sign
show
it up.
would be amazing.
Oktoberfest.
Andy-
Come to the hanging.
Yeah.
For real. We should,
Well,
we should
yeah.
go back to doing
That should be
Public
Halloween.
mockery,
Oh, there you go.
guillotine.
Halloween.
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 Yeah.
Yep.
I mean, you could do it for every celebration. Honestly, July 4th, like before the
That-
fireworks.
Let's just have
go
one
off.
every
That's funny
day.
you bring that up, 'cause
Yeah,
that's
every
something that, like,
weekend, man. Every
You- I
weekend,
don't- you
like
guys have been
there's
paying attention
16
to,
games of
the
NFL
cross
every
smoke
year.
shots. Like over the last like 2 weeks, there's been a massive flood of pedophiles getting arrested.
That's good.
Yeah, I think there's like 4 or 5 of them that got arrested.
You know,
it usually seems like before and after Christmas, they just arrest a whole bunch of pedophiles. Like, well, there's a guy that I had interviewed on my podcast twice, and he got lucky. He was supposed to. He was like, if we had a legit legal system, he just served 110 years in jail. He's only getting 2 years in prison, 5 years on probation.
He won't make it through prison.
Yeah. Well,
We hope.
we hope he won't make it to prison.
Yeah.
His daughter, luckily, his daughter was because his was 5 to 8 year olds. His daughter was 2. So, yeah, that was the quickest divorce I've ever seen. She divorced him, changed her name and her daughter's name, stuff like that, to just completely separate them.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he only got basically a slap on the wrist, and so now basically we're just waiting for him to escalate it.
Yeah. I feel like that cash bond stuff needs to go. I feel like
Yeah.
you just need to like.
Well, fuck
especially
Illinois
for-
signature bonds.
So I'm okay with cash bond when it comes to like drug use and stuff.
Mhm.
Like I feel like that stuff is generally like, yes, it's a net negative on society, but it's not like harming people who are not like close to your immediate family, as
Oh,
long as
fuck.
you don't die
You
on
wanna hear some
fentanyl
ser-
or
you
something
wanna hear
like
some
that. But
bad
you never
news?
know anymore.
I have a
But-
little nephew that was just he stopped his. I have a nephew. he stopped his abuser because he coaxed him out into a camera and got it, and he did what he normally has been doing. Now it's like it's been stopped. So nephew, this is just like literally last couple of weeks. This all happened.
Oh my.
Yeah, nephew's only 11 years old, same age as my daughter too, and stuff like that. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's like, but now it's like what the goal is to figure out who's doing it to that kid, and then go from there. Because now he's young enough, hopefully, that he can get some help to stop doing this. But the worst part is he's already acting out the violence. So now it's like, what do you do with I think the kid's 11 or 12 years old that's doing this to an 11-year-old?
Mental institute.
Yeah. Yeah, something like that. Because it's like
You
if it's in
have to.
California,
It's
you
like-
do this would be you're fine. It's okay.
Take them out in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah. Old Yeller.
Yeah.
I've heard that
Take
story
them
before.
out back.
Lenny, look at the
Yeah.
flowers. You know? Like-
George,
But
look at the
that
mouse.
brings the next dilemma.
George, look at the
Look at the
mouse.
mouse, George.
Kid doing this to another kid. What do you do?
Tell me about the farm, George.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Talk about the farm.
Like,
So when it's a
Think
kid
about
doing it
the
to
hot
another
tub.
kid, I think that kid's family needs to be investigated because like where are they learning
Well, they're
this
pieces
from?
of shit.
So
They're
this
pieces
is
of
a
shits.
question too. So say
I'm lucky his mom and his dad
Because
don't
then, like,
listen to
then
it.
if it does turn out to be like the kid's just fucked up, I think that kid needs to go to like some serious therapy because something's not going on in the head of yours.
Well,
Something's not going right in the head of his. So.
No, needless to say, I think that was the kid's mom. Is under going to jail because of cocaine use.
okay.
And they got the parent.
So
the
there
kid
you
got
go.
stripped away, and then dad. It's like I don't know what's gonna happen to the dad. Still, like, all this stuff is ongoing and stuff. But it's like where does this end? But like now it comes down to is this kid can he be rehabilitated or did you just take him to the farm? That's the next moral dilemma. The kid's 11
or
or
is it
12
going
years
to be
old.
in and out
Yeah.
of the system the rest of his life? You know? Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's a moral dilemma. It's like, what do you do with someone that's a 12, 13-year-old abusing somebody younger to do it?
Yeah.
The worst part is that he went to 2 different teachers and told them that this was going on. When he recognized that neither one of them was going to do anything, he would have to do the next step forward and get him on camera. At least he was smart enough to do that.
Yeah, no, that's hard, especially when it's 2 kids.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I feel like that's actually becoming more like not. I want to say like popular because that's really not a good word to use, but like it's coming to light more. I've been seeing a lot of it on like TikTok and Facebook, where it's like people are talking like when I was a kid, it was another kid. We were like best friends, same age. I didn't know what to do. It's like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's where I always had a weapon of some sort.
that's why you fight people.
Yeah, but you say that as a male, right? So it's like females.
No, yeah.
Yeah.
But
like
most
they
of
might
that interaction is always male on male
No, right.
abuse. Like, because it's like most males know they're going to keep that abuse silent and stuff like that. Women, it takes them, they'll eventually come out, but it could take them 5, 10, 15 years before they feel safe enough to release this information.
free will and all of that, right? That's all part of that. You have to like break that out of society somehow, right? And I mean, there's good books that go pretty far deep depth into all of this and like how just like not hitting your children can like affect IQ points and like, you know, breastfeeding can affect IQ points and stuff like that. And I don't know how deep I want to get into that in this pod because
Nah.
it's just B tier. Like we're just good enough, right? But
Well, we can change topics by Amanda here grabbing.
Yeah.
Hey,
Amanda.
Megan.
It's okay.
Have
Take a
Megan.
try.
Well, I do start with an M. It's like this is the first time I met
Do
you,
you,
so
do
she
you
can go
feel
ahead and
like
grab
you
it.
look like an Amanda?
I don't know. No.
I don't think there's no way. It's
Oh,
just
what do
no
you
stereotype
who,
for
who do you
for
think
who-
you look like? If you had like
Really?
if you had to rename yourself,
I don't know.
hypothetically or allegedly,
I have no
I'm
idea.
gonna ask everybody,
That's a
so-
good question.
get ready.
If I could name myself,
Yeah. Or even how about this? If you were the opposite sex,
Mm.
what was your name?
I have an answer for this.
Okay.
So my dad's a huge like American history buff.
Okay.
I was supposed to be Patrick Henry,
Patrick Henry. Okay.
but I'm a girl and they didn't have anything, so
They went with Megan.
there it is.
At least it wasn't Patricia.
Yeah, you could have been Patricia Henry. I don't know.
Henrietta.
Henrietta.
Henrietta. There you go. There you go.
Henra. I like Henra better. Henra. All right. How about you, Phil? If you were a girl,
Phyllis, probably.
Phyllis.
Yeah.
It's always
That's so old.
My grandma's named Phyllis, so yeah, so it's like I get it.
It's like Elaine. It's like the
She was
oldest name
born
in
in the
book.
40s, so yeah, it's fitting for the
Alright,
time.
Phyllis. All right,
Yeah.
how about you?
All right, so since I was in the
Jeff Rita?
80s, it would probably since I was in the 80s,
Jeff Ross?
I just kind of look at like the common popular name was either Kelly, Jennifer, or Camille. Those were popular names.
Camille.
Those were popular names during the year I was born, and there were female names. And it's like the only reason I can equate that is because the girls I mentioned there's multiple girls of the same name in my high school. So it's like you probably would have followed one of those.
Yeah.
Yeah, probably been like a fucking Ashley or something.
When were you born?
Ashley, Yeah.
I was born in '96.
Yeah, not that far fetched.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, my
I went to
sister's name
school with,
Ashley.
Like 4 Ashleys.
What about you?
Me, if I was I think I'd be Bradita. Yeah. I think that would have been
Brandy.
Brandy. Yeah.
Yeah.
Braden.
No, that's
Braden's
guys.
a boy's name.
A boy
Sorry to
name.
tell you.
Well, now it's
Tell that to-
2024, so now it's
Tell
like
that to the one Braden I know who's a girl.
yeah, let's fuck her up. It's like, hey, it's like, oh, you're a girl.
It's okay. Like on the internet, like boys' names being girls' names is pretty common. So like Tyler,
Well, like
Logan. I'm like,
Ashley can be like a guy's and a
Ashley,
yeah,
girl's
Ashley
name.
can be a
Dana.
guy's name. I've
Dana.
heard of
Dana.
I've
yeah.
met a boy Ashley.
Yep.
Yeah.
Made a boy
Stephanie.
Nina.
I've heard of a guy named Stephanie.
I haven't heard of a guy named Stephanie.
No, I've heard of a boy named Sue, but not that.
Yeah. I've
A
heard-
boy named Sue. Yeah.
But it was SU though, so you know. It's
Oh,
not-
SU. Yeah. All right.
Yep.
That's a weird way to spell it, but
Hey,
Yeah.
it's like you put the 2 dots above the U. It's like you got a long U,
all right.
long vowel.
Well, here you gotta answer or ask a
Pick a
question,
question.
and
Yep.
tell us to answer it. Then you have to
Okay,
answer
okay.
it in order. That looks like a beefy one.
God damn. Okay.
Yeah, think about this one.
It's actually kind of interesting. If you won $5 million and you
Oh,
only had
yes.
24 hours to spend it, but you can't buy real estate, cars, crypto, or stocks, what
You
or
took
how would
crypto
you?
out?
What or how would you spend
Someone
it?
called you out.
How would I spend 24 hours, $5 million?
This was your question, wasn't it?
Yep.
You can go first then, bud.
you put some thought in that
You
one.
took crypto out.
No
I was-
land.
I was
So
gonna
you
go
called
all
me out on that one
no
too.
I was gonna
land,
be
no
like, all
crypto,
in
no
Bitcoin.
stocks.
Well, but the thing is, you
All
can't buy
in
land in
Bitcoin.
24 hours. It takes like 60 days to close on it.
Probably buy a lot of weed.
He's like 5
And then
million
I-
pounds worth
You
of
can't
weed.
buy stocks.
Just buy seeds.
Hey,
Yeah, I could buy seeds.
There you go.
I could I'd probably just like gift the rest away. Like I wouldn't have to spend it technically. It'd just be like, here you go.
I think that's what I would do because I feel like my initial reaction was like, well, I would donate it to like cancer research, but then it's like, no, because
But I could just
that
be
money
like,
never
hey,
goes
give
where
it to
you
my
think it
wife,
goes.
and
Yeah.
then
Yeah, that just goes
she could
administrative
spend it
fees.
on
People
whatever
make $1
she
million
wants.
a
I
year.
just said
Right.
I couldn't spend it on that.
Okay.
Oh, so you
So
look
if I
for
give it
loopholes.
to my wife,
Yeah.
She just do everything you want.
He,
to.
Right.
He's doing like the insider stock
Yeah,
trading.
yeah,
he's
yeah.
insider
You
trading,
can't
you
do
know.
stocks.
Yeah. Hey,
pulling a
babe,
UHC.
can
you have a new
buy
you have a new
two-
crypto wallet.
Yeah, can you buy $2 million worth of Bitcoin for me, hon? Yeah. Toots, please.
Oh, I'd probably be like fishing gear, hunting gear, like buying guided.
You know how
hunts.
many guns you could buy?
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Buying guided hunts or guided fishing tours.
Yeah.
Probably
Okay, sure.
travel. You know.
Yeah, that's
Plane
pretty fair.
tickets.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How
That's
about you, Jeff?
So,
I feel like it's gonna be very similar to him.
well, I got he missed a loophole.
Yeah.
So what I would do is I'd take probably $1 million of that, just lease a bunch of land all across the United States.
Lease.
So lease all, buy it for
Dang,
multiple years.
I didn't think about that.
Yeah.
but I
buying-
think real estate was off.
What
the-
about gambling? Let's
Yeah.
gamble.
Yeah, put it all on black.
Yeah,
and
right.
white.
Yeah.
It's all free anyway.
So now, what,
And then you could double it.
so-
Right.
$10 million.
And then it's
I
10
just
million,
have
so
that money.
I can
And
do
then I
what I
save
want.
5 million and blow 5 million, and I could spend this 5
And
million.
you don't
however
have to
I
spend
want.
it in
Yes.
24
right.
hours
Yes.
anymore because
Yeah.
you've made the money back.
And so
You
then-
spend it on one thing and then you stop spending money for a day.
yeah. And then after
Then I go to
that,
sleep. Yeah.
Yeah.
then after that, then all my friends, I would just take them on a shopping street. You go like, pick a truck, pick a boat. Let's go to. And then it's like, buy as much guns as you want, buy as much ammunition as you want, buy a bow, buy whatever you want. And then from there, it's like, and then after that, we just spend all the
Then we
rest.
start an army.
Yeah.
Yeah, militia. We could buy a tank.
Then after this,
We
I
could.
completely retrofit
Yeah.
myself. It's like, and it's like we just basically
Nogs.
go everything. It's
Everybody
like,
gets nogs.
yeah. I get Nogs, you know. There you go.
Yeah.
Get some drones. Let's get some drones, you know. Some ice fishing gear, you know. But it's like the idea would
I like
be
the
would be to
plan.
spread this out. So this way, then it gives us no excuse not to do something. It's like, hey, let's go bow hunting. I don't have. We're going bow hunting. You just like I already gave you money to go buy a bow. Let's go buy what you want. Buy 2, buy 3, buy 4 of them. So this way, if one goes down, you have multiples. Because the way it is, 2 is 1, 1 is none. So it's the thing. It's like that's why I own multiple guns and multiple bows.
Yep.
And multiple fishing poles.
5 million is a lot.
I don't trust
a
my
lot.
weapon. That's why I keep a spare.
I would put
Yes.
2.4 million into a money maker, like an interest, like a high rate interest account.
Mm.
That would set me up for life. That would be like roughly 150K a month or
year.
150K a year.
Mm-hmm.
Without any like, I guess that would just set me up for like life, right? Like you kind of just get that income for life. And then
So what you just phrase is you cannot create any well, didn't you specialize in the thing is like you can't create any future wealth?
I said no crypto or stocks.
Ah.
Didn't say no CDs or banks.
Fair,
Like,
fair. Yeah.
Yeah.
no,
So
no
there we
inflation.
go.
half of
Yeah, I
it's
didn't
put
say
away
that.
into the bank, right? At that point, other half, I have 24 hours to spend.
24 hours.
Mhm.
I'm 100% buying like 3 Lamborghini Hurricanes with insurance for the next like 15 years on all of them.
What colors?
White, yellow, and
cars.
oh, no cars.
Oh.
That's a
No cars.
stipulation.
No, you cannot buy real estate, cars, crypto, or stocks.
See, look at that. I coached you guys with trucks. Thinking outside the box.
Okay, trucks is not a
Boats,
loophole
yeah.
there.
And boats.
Yeah, boats. Yeah, exactly. And we'll go one step further. We'll get some airboats too. Just have fun.
Okay,
Oh, that'd be
2.6
fun.
million
Right?
into cancer research. All right. No, I don't know. That. If I can't buy cars, like, there's nothing that I really want, so I'm good to go. I'd just not spend the rest of the money.
Some trailers,
I
yeah.
don't care. Trailers. He's like, that's real estate, so you
Well,
can't.
you can't.
You are finding too many loopholes, Jeff.
Yeah, can't
Real
be
estate
trailers.
counts.
Yeah.
You can't even lease land technically, right? So it's
Oh
like,
no, because lease ends after 12 months.
yeah, but you're buying the real estate to lease it, so you can't. Do
No,
that
I'm
either.
I'm buying the leases, so therefore I own the rights to be able to hunt that for however long I want to go for. So I don't technically own the land. I don't have taxes on it, so therefore it's not in mine. You can't sign my name on the deed.
All right,
Just like
man.
a guided hunt, you're just paying to be there.
Yep.
All
Yeah,
right.
exactly.
All right.
Yep.
Well, then I'll spend $2.6 million in first class plane tickets to different
Wherever.
places. Yeah, different
Mhm.
I
places.
think that's what I would do is travel. I mean, I only have 24 hours, I guess, but I just
But sit there and book flights
Yeah,
for the next
you can
20
book
years.
flights for
Yeah.
Like,
6 hours
Like-
of booking flights to
I
different
I think
places.
that'd be like the ultimate, like, because I like to
Booking
I
hotels.
like to
You
connect
have to
with
get
people.
that
So,
all
like, I want
paid
to
for in
see
advance.
everything.
Go through a travel agent, so this within
Yeah.
everything's already paid for. So your
Yeah.
rentals, your
Yeah.
Ubers, your flights, your hotels,
Literally have it.
everything's all
planned
all
Resort,
those means
you know,
are taken
yeah.
care of.
Everything.
Go all
Yeah.
inclusive, so this way they don't worry about food.
Yes.
Yep.
Or
'Cause-
drink.
Yep, drink.
Yep.
Yeah.
out.
You
And I
can
think
book
that's
Or
that
in
all
perfect.
out.
Jamaica,
uh,
you get the smoke too.
Like, I take care of my everyday bills and then just do whatever I want with the rest of it. I think I would travel.
Yeah.
That's a good
Wipe
idea.
Wipe my ass with it, you know.
Yeah.
I can't buy a house. I can't buy a
You
car.
can't buy anything. Yeah, there's like nothing
Yeah.
you can really buy. Like, I don't know. Money
Like,
can't.
you can donate it, but
You can't even buy
I
your
would-
happiness with that amount.
I would gift. I would gift.
I can
it,
buy a lot
yeah.
of happiness with that. It's gonna be
Oh,
creative
yeah.
with it
Oh,
based
yeah.
off his
I don't know,
stipulations.
man. You've heard of 6-figure hell, but 7-figure hell is different. Right?
But I wouldn't have it for long.
yeah.
I just have possessions after 24 hours.
Sure.
Mhm.
I don't know. Think
I'm
about
just
it.
trying
That
to
I
sell
could
it.
sell and get my money back.
And add it to
about
my high yield interest account.
Yeah.
And then I go
It was
buy
good.
land and cars and everything else.
Yeah,
Illegal.
exactly. Yeah. All legally. Yes. Yeah. Exactly.
Illegal. Yeah, that question bothers me because I only got 2.6 mil into Bitcoin and then
You
2.4
just jumped a
mil
whole
into
5
CD.
million in there into Bitcoin.
You kind of want like consistent interest. You know what I mean? Like I don't know. I was talking to Brad about this yesterday, but I was like, Brad,
Don't
I'm
let him
never
talk
get-
you into that coin. Don't do it.
I'm never gonna like leave crypto fully. Like I told him that. And he's like, yeah, I don't think you ever were gonna do that. And I was like, yeah, but what I mean by leave crypto fully is like 2.4 million after taxes, right? Because 2.4 mil into like a high interest savings is like, you know, you're 200K almost in the Midwest, and you don't need to do anything with that in the Midwest. You could just like keep that in there if you need to keep that thing rolling. You can just do that.
Yeah.
But I'm not quite at 2.4 mil after taxes yet, right? So
Yeah.
I was like, once I get there, I'll like leave.
Come on, January
crypto.
7th.
And it's funny because like when I leave
Or late
crypto,
January 6th.
Yeah.
Well, no, that's Monday, January 7th is inauguration. Tuesday.
But I will never leave crypto per se. Because I think when I actually take like the 2.4 mil back to the bank or whatever, I'll probably still be like 80% crypto allocated. You know what I mean? Like I'm still gonna have like almost 10 million crypto at that point. I'm not really planning on leaving it. It's just like, it's the best asset class ever. So I don't know why I would leave it. Like it would be dumb to just
Land
like,
is really the best asset class because you can't print it and you can't mine it. You can't create more land.
yeah, but look at how like shitty some of the land is that they're selling right now. I don't know. Like Bitcoin's a better asset right now than land.
But you could
Yeah,
talk
like, the
someone.
only thing is you can't make dividends off of land unless you lease it.
Yeah.
Or
Yeah.
buy
But
it
you
out
can stake your
from under
Solana,
someone. Like, oh,
Yeah.
I'm gonna buy this from you.
Yeah.
Here's the cash. Like,
Yeah. We're just waiting for looking for someone who has tax liens. Flint. I was like, I'm gonna snipe your land from you.
right.
Yeah, but it's just like, if you can buy like a foreclosed house or something, like, yeah, it's good right now, but there's like none of that going around. So, it's like right now, Bitcoin is a better asset than real estate, which is like crazy. Most
Which is
stocks
crazy to
are
think
better
about,
than real estate right now, which is like not something that I don't
You have to have
think-
tillable land to really see a dividend off of it.
Well, and I mean, just owning a house too, like it'll probably drop in value the next like 2 years. Like I don't think the housing market's gonna just keep going like 5x next 5 years. I don't think so.
I think we've peaked that bubble.
I think we peaked it too.
even talking
Or
to
we're
people down in
close.
Phoenix is like they're starting to see houses that were in the 710,000s. They're
Starting to
dropping
come
down to
down.
5,000, 500,000. Because it's like you look
I'm
at
excited.
the top 5 markets that got destroyed by California. All those markets are coming down.
Yep. I'm excited for that because I know like our generation can finally buy a house. Like we've been talking about it forever. It's like I feel like the last 4 years, I'm like, Kayla, we're gonna buy a house this year. Oh yeah, I like look at the market and I'm like, there's nothing on the market. Like there's nothing that I want. There's nothing that I want to. That's not even worth it.
Yeah.
The first time I saw a 4-bedroom house for under 200,000 was 2 weeks ago. So they're finally starting to like come down in price. Now then it's gonna be like, where do you actually want to buy a house? How far out of the city? All of that's gonna come in.
What problems are you buying when you buy that house?
Yeah, and then like exactly. Are you gonna be like on grid? Is it gonna be like with water? All of that stuff.
What's
So
the
it's all-
what's
it
the
all
status of the
matters.
septic system
Yeah.
on it? You know?
It all matters, but it's like the first time I saw a house that was like in its price range where I was like, this is actually kind of reasonable. It might be a little bit overpriced, but like could buy it outright if I needed to. First time I saw that was 2 weeks ago. So like, that's like consistently looking once a month for the last 5 years. Like, so, it's coming down, but it's just like a matter of, it took so long. It took way too long. And I talk to people like our age a lot. It's weird when you hear things like, oh, like you guys have a nice house, like for what you pay or whatever. And it's like, we do pay pretty cheap here. It's kind of small, whatever, yada, yada. But there's people paying.
It fits your lifestyle. So.
Well, there's people paying like, $500, $600, $700 a month for like just the bedroom that we have over on this side.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's like ridiculous
Wicked
how
rug.
like, how different it is, I guess. And everybody, it's people our age. What?
Oh, the MP5.
Oh,
It's
yeah,
like-
yeah. You see that thing hiding there?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Blends right in with the background a little bit. Yeah. If we need to, we're like, 5 steps away.
Right. It's nice thing about coming to my house is like we're no more than like within 10 yards there's a gun. There's a firearm.
Yeah.
All I
yeah.
do is just rack and you're ready to rock and roll.
Yep. Yeah, I want to say we probably have 3 guns within like 15 yards of us right now.
Yeah.
Damn.
Not to scare anybody.
Yeah.
But neighbors, I'm looking at you.
Open the door aggressively one more time.
Yeah.
I got PTSD.
Oh my gosh.
Drop something again.
Yeah. Yeah.
Blast a hole in the ceiling so quick.
Yeah, cause you just imagine just like pop, 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 like 3 a.m.
Just pop,
Yeah.
boom.
I would not want to kill my neighbors that way. I want to see them die, okay? I don't want to see them through a wall. I want to look at their.
Just
I
call
wanna
me
look
with
at
your
their-
coordinates. I'll be there.
Yeah, the coordinates.
Oh, that's how it's
We're
communicated.
going into the woods on that one.
Yeah.
Yeah, not out.
Dragging in. Got it.
Yeah,
Yep.
Easier
Dragging
than
in.
out.
Yeah, dragging it in and downhill.
I had a buddy of mine. He'd message me. It's like, hey, I'm on Lake Deshaunay because like I'm like 800 yards from the lake. It's like, yeah, I'm on ice fishing. I'm like, shit. If I didn't have so much work to do, and it's like I didn't want to trust myself on it because my hand is not fully up to snuff. Where it's like I want to be able to brace myself. If I do it, I'm doing some damage. And it's like hey, here's some coordinates where I caught some perch. During July, it's like if you want to walk over to it, it's like you can probably find some there because he was catching perch. He caught himself a bass. He also caught him a nice looking carp. So it's like if it was a little bit bigger, it's like we could have cut that thing up and we could have smoked it. Because carp is actually a delicacy over in Europe and stuff like that. But it's like but you want to get the ones that are like 24 to 3600 because there's a lot more meat on them and stuff. And the way you pull out that muddiness is you just brine them. You can throw them in like you can do a milk bath. Try to help remove that muddiness to it. Then from there, you roll it into a brine where you can put like a Jamaican jerk flavor to it. You can do spicy. You can do
really get
spicy,
into it,
or you can do sweet. But it's like once the carp has been smoked, it has a consistent like the texture of smoked pork.
Okay.
But it's soft enough where you can take a cracker and dip into it. Festival sells them, but it's very the way because since there's a mass production, it's very salty, but it's pretty good. It's a good hors d'oeuvre to have and sell. It's weird, but it tastes really good to add to it. And the nice thing is you can add different syrups to it. You can do barbecue sauce with it. It's very flexible because since the meat itself is already smoked and it's salty, you just kind of work with it and just kind of be more creative with it.
Yeah, carp for the win.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
Oh yeah, carp is a good fit. If you're hungry, it's like go catch yourself a couple of carp. You'd be good to go. The only thing is like you have to. It's like they're like sheephead. You want to process the meat the day of, put it in ice as quickly as possible. So like because it's like it is something that you want to catch in the morning. So this way you can clean it, prep it, and then by the evening you're able to do. Because a good brine should only take you 4 to 6 hours. 6 hours is a little longer, but it's like you're already preparing yourself. You're gonna smoke a little bit longer. You just do a lower temperature, so it's a little bit slower.
Yeah. If you weren't like moving, you could come up to Smoke Fest, you know?
Yeah, Meat Fest.
Yeah.
What's still gonna
Don't
happen?
move,
Where are you moving?
Megan.
Where are you moving to?
California.
Why the fuck would you want to go to a communist hell? Everything's
Imagine
gonna
moving
13x.
into communism.
Yeah, it's like, hey, I want to experience
I
communism.
want
in
to go
California.
have taxes.
Yeah, I wanna
I've
go
never heard
experience
that
that.
before.
Yeah.
I've never heard
Oh,
it.
that's
Kinda
Or
weird,
you live on the
actually.
border of Arizona and Nevada, then you just kind of work over there.
we we'd be living just outside of San Francisco.
Oh fuck!
That is
So
like
you
dead
poor
hard.
here, you're gonna go there. And it's like we're gonna be poor there,
Yeah,
unless your boyfriend or husband has a lot of money.
Well, he wants to go back to school because he started he's from there and he started his degree in mechanical engineering and then he like dropped out of college because he's like he explained it to me as like I was at an age where like I was going to school mostly for like the people and I wasn't actually going for my education and I didn't want to like flunk out, so I just dropped out.
That's smart.
And
respect that.
And I was like, okay, yeah, that's fair because we met when he like started and he was like, I'm not really sure if I'm liking this anymore. I'm like, just drop out. It's okay to like I'm not saying it's okay to quit, but like it's okay to take a break.
Put a pin in it.
Right. And
You're not dead. It's like only regrets. It only becomes regret when you're in deathbed.
Right. And so I was like, because I never went to school and like I mean I graduated high school but I didn't know what I wanted to do, so I was like, it was supposed to be just a year off, but I'm glad I took off longer because I didn't know what the fuck I wanted to do. And
That's
school
fair.
is so expensive that I didn't want to like.
And 75% of application jobs don't require one. So it's like you're talking 25%, and even inside that 25%, you have to be the top echelon of that. They have to be the top echelon of that.
That's why like I wish trade schools were more popular again, because it's like it took like because where we work, I like it and like I want to further myself in it, so that's why I'm going back to school.
I gotcha.
So I think like going to entry level work instead of going right to college is probably smarter because when people are not wasting all that money on college, because how many people do you know who went for one thing and then switched their major halfway through? I know a lot. Right.
Well, but I end up being in the the world, electronic world. So
Right.
but
It's
it's like still within the parameters. I just
It's
don't
like-
I just don't have the
think it's
credits to
fair.
graduate. But I want to spend $10,000 to do something I'm already doing.
Right.
The piece of paper is not gonna mean shit to me.
Right. And like if you're good, I don't necessarily think like a lot of companies aren't going to be like you have to have the degree. I mean, there's parts where it's like
Still,
legally you
some
have
will
to,
look
but
past, yeah.
Yeah.
Because like if your boyfriend's a mechanical engineer, it's like Alicia's grandpa, guy never went to school, but he actually has 2 or 3 patents with John Deere that his family still gets paid dividends on.
Yeah.
And never went to school for it. But you gotta figure out a fix and patent it before they do. So it's like becoming a mechanical engineer. If you're already smart for it, why get the piece of paper? Figure out a fix.
Well,
that's why, like,
make
a lot
money.
of, like,
people forget that you can just like do things.
do that. Yeah.
Like you can just do things.
It's the
Like, you don't
brainwashing,
have
man.
to-
That brainwashing is
You
real.
don't have to have a degree. in
You're
anything.
wasting
You
all
can
this
just do it.
time making
Like,
everyone else rich on your money, because you want to be rich one day. So you think going to school is going to get you there, but like when you're making professors, the university, the government, you're giving all that money to them. When it's like, if you have an idea and you think going to school for it
It's gonna change
is
it.
going to change. Like, put the idea out there now, patent that idea, because then you can still go to school, but you're making money off that.
Yeah, exactly.
Because you can, like, 'cause that's why I'm saying, like, go out into the real world, do what you want to do.
Better go patent 2 nights of ditties.
Get
Get it before Kyle.
Copy
Get
it.
it.
Pin in it.
Get it. Go get it.
Because that could be a hilarious drinking game, a weed game, whatever you want to be. Because there's look at Cards Against Humanity. That's
Go patent your game.
No, I've already. Yeah, we'll get there.
yeah.
We'll get there.
Which is the
Stealing
thing is, you
Patents
just
cost a lot.
well,
Yeah,
it's not
patents
patenting. It's got to get it published. First one to publish it, and then you
Yep.
get trademarked.
Yep.
Because I like this logo right here. This logo right is trademarked, but people like to steal it. So it's like we just like, hey, you need to take it down. You got to change your marketing because it's like this has already been like. So it's
Yeah.
like I had a conversation a couple weeks ago that someone wanted to use our logo, and it's like I'm sorry. It's like I was nice about it. It's like I told them, it's like, hey, I'm going to be nice about it. My colleagues are not going to be nice about it. But it's like here's our patent. Here's our trademark number on it. It's like I like your logo, man. It's phenomenal, but it's already been patented. So it's like here's a patent for it. It's like please just take it down. If you need help finding somebody to help you redo it, I have friends that can help you redo your business. And it's like it goes like I'm a small account. It's like it doesn't really matter. It's like you're already starting to make money off of it. It's like I'm being nice by telling you like don't do it. Because it's like if my other friends find out about
They're
it,
suing you.
they're
There's
gonna
a
bring
lawyer
lawyers.
involved.
Well, it's
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
that one lady.
Good luck.
It was years ago. I think
Here's
it
a
was like
subpoena.
I think it was like
we've
just-
already had to do it 3 times this year.
just after the peak of COVID, where it was like that one lady, I think it was in Tennessee, got like sued by Zach Bryan because she was selling Zach Bryan merch. And
Oh
he
yeah,
was like,
but it wasn't by him. It was by his.
it was
yeah.
his managers or his publicity people, and they were like, yeah, no, you can't do that. And like she
Yeah.
got sued for a lot more money than she
250
even
grand.
made. So
Yeah.
I was
That's
like,
good.
But he
Yeah.
went in.
Good
He
lesson.
did step up to stop it and like to help her. He actually went with the, like
Yeah.
like I'm sorry this happened to you. So like how can we stop this from occurring? So he did the right thing. It stopped
Yeah.
it from happening. But also like what can we do to help you make money? Because it's like we're like I'm rich. How can I make your life a little bit better?
right, like it doesn't matter to me none, but
Yeah.
Yeah.
Make
that's
me
the
your
thing.
merchandise.
I'm sorry, my team did what I pay them to do, but
Yeah.
Yeah.
I kind of pay them a lot to do that actually. So yeah.
my
yeah.
bad.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's why it's very risky.
Try
Like, when
that in a
people start doing
small
something with
town,
Disney.
right?
Oh man, Disney and like Nintendo is like, no, you don't fuck with them.
Yeah, you don't monkey with
That's a
them.
good joke. It didn't land.
Yeah.
Yeah, don't f with Disney.
Yeah, Disney and Nintendo.
But now, yeah, Nintendo.
Yeah.
Oh,
They will.
They went as far as they bought the porno with Ron Jeremy from back in the 80s, from something like that.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
They sued like a kid in Africa who made like a knockoff Nintendo 64, and they literally like
Yeah, they
gave him a cease and desist letter.
I remember reading about that.
He's
Yeah.
like a 12-year-old kid. Like he doesn't have any money. Just gets a letter in the mail.
Cease and desist. But if the kid's that smart at 12, I was like, let's just move
Hire
you and your
them-
family over here.
Hire them
Right.
on. Yeah.
Let's move you out of poor poverty.
That's what I really don't get about like I don't know when video games like will sue mods and stuff like that. It's like
Which is
hire that
crazy.
team.
Yeah.
Hire that team onto your team.
Or at least give
let
them a
make something
developer
cool.
credit or something like that, you know?
Yeah.
Because now
See
it's
what
like
they come up with. They might come up with
Something
way
better.
better ideas than you have
Yeah, 'cause
because
it's like-
honestly, the whole community wanted that. So I don't know why you
It's like, who's that hacker that like some government website and they like
Snowden.
something?
No.
It was like fairly recent, and like that guy went to like prison, and I was like, "But I'm on your fucking team. What are you
Hire him
doing?"
as like opposite.
If he got past your firewalls,
yeah,
put him on so he can
Mhm.
fix the hole he found. I don't.
yeah.
Sean Ryan's
But-
had a couple of hackers on his podcast and stuff like that, and like a lot of it comes down to ego and pride. It's like you beat us, but we're hurt, so we're like we're not going to reward you with
There
a
is
job.
something about like the
But then you let
hackers,
me
too.
go, and I'm just gonna go do it again.
Mhm.
Because
Yeah.
now I know where you're hurt.
Yeah.
Hackers like it depends who hacks you, but most of them are like pirates by nature. So they're
Yeah.
like, I'm not gonna work for the government.
That's true.
I'm gonna sell them.
I'm gonna
all
say
of
I
these
work for the government,
laptops,
and then just take
I'm gonna
from the
hack
government.
The DNC. That's what I'm gonna do. Like that's
Just hack the
McAfee
DNC
did
to
Or
show
that.
like
all
it was
the
the guy.
pedophiles.
I think the guy who hacked or like leaked GTA 6, and then the motherfucker they took everything away from him, and he fucking did it on like a Amazon Fire Stick. I'm
Yeah,
like,
He just
hire
did
that
it again.
motherfucker. What the fuck?
He did it again. But it was like a developer's kid or something, and so
Yeah,
I
it
wouldn't
was
hire
like
him. I would put
He
him
had
in
some
jail.
like inside access to
Yeah.
it, but it's still just like
It wasn't really a
that's funny.
hack. It was
Yeah.
just like a leak.
That's what I was
I would
thinking.
put him in jail. You know, like if my kid launched a meme coin and rugged it, I would put him in jail. Anyways, guys, BTier Pod. I don't know what hour we're at. We could be at 3 hours. We could be at 8.
No, we're at 7 o'clock. So we're actually right on schedule.
Yeah, bro.
Hour and a
bro,
half.
yeah.
I timed it
Yeah.
in my head.
Yeah, he's just good enough, man.
Just
He's
good
got
enough.
it down.
Made you look.
He's ready for bed.
Yeah, I'm tired.
Yeah.